Hello everyone, it's Vel here. Today we'll be touring my completed island, Aspen. So go ahead and get cozy and take a walk with me. With these island tours, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk more about the thought process and the design process of making the islands. We'll start off by introducing you to Aspen. Aspen is a urban and Forestcore island. My goal with this island was to create a little town that was known for its shops and tourist attractions, along with its extensive hiking trail throughout the forest. So Aspen is about 1/4 of it is the town part and the rest is the hiking trail. Going into this island, I kind of already planned out what I wanted it to be, and I knew I also wanted to do something different from my previous island, which was a fall cottagecore island. So with this island, I planned to have the split themes, and I also planned to have it be a summer island. I went ahead and I also set some small challenges for myself. It's just something that I like to do to try and change things up, and also to make sure I don't kind of create the same areas and just challenge myself and get myself outside of my comfort zone. And not all of those times that I try to challenge myself, it went as planned, and that's okay. That's something to remind yourself. Not everything's gonna work for you, but you also don't know until you try, and it's definitely worth it to try. So go ahead, try something new, set little goals for yourself. I feel like it makes it fun and makes you think outside of the box when creating. One thing I did when I planned my island was that I planned which villagers I wanted. So for this island, I decided to split the villagers between the two themes. So I had 5 that live in the urban town part of the island and 5 that live throughout the forest on the hiking trail. So for in the town, I have villagers like Pearl, Nan, Chevrolet, Rosie, and Marshall. I looked at their houses. I felt they didn't look like they belonged in the middle of the woods. They all have similar house shapes, I believe. And also, I just thought about what villagers I wanted in general. I mean, I love Marshall. I couldn't have him not be on my island. And then for the forest part of the island, I have Benjamin, Molly, Bo, Hazel, and Grizzly. So all theirs are very woodsy. Well, maybe not Benjamin, but the rest of them are very woodsy houses. They have cabins. They're made out of wood, things like that. Benjamin is just someone I wanted, and I had fun making his house work. Something different I want to do for my house was to have it be an inn. So you can see here, you come in, you go into the hotel lobby. There's a little cozy area for you to sit down, play some games. And there's also a hiking store. Something I had fun doing with this house was the fact that I got to have 3 different bedrooms. So I created 2 guest rooms, which have very different vibes from each other. I wanted to try and create something that would attract different people to each rooms. Then I also created a little eating area and a little place to have your breakfast and play some games as a group. And then lastly, you can see the spa. I thought it'd be nice to have somewhere to relax after you get done with your hike. So now that you've seen the majority of the town part of Aspen, let's go ahead and start on our hike. Something I wanted to do with the hiking trail was to have that split difference with the bridge between the 2 areas. But you go over the hiking trail, you can stop, pick up your maps. There's plenty of places to stop for breaks and things like that. When I first started creating the hiking trail, it was definitely a struggle for me. I started in wintertime. It was not easy. The town part was much easier during winter. I went into the hiking trail and it was hard. I tried using the in-game pathing because that's something new that I wanted to try. I made it work for a little while. When I finally got more inspired to create further on the hiking trail, I did end up time traveling to spring. It brought out my creativity and it just felt a lot more natural. But later on, I gave up on the in-game pathing and ended up switching to the path, which, oh my goodness, it made it so much easier. I'm glad I tried something new, but I know in the end it didn't work for me, and that's okay. I definitely had a vision in my mind when creating my island, and I don't feel that it followed that vision exactly. But I mean, it was nice having something that I had something to go off of, and it's okay that I went in a different direction in the end. I do have to say, when I chose these island themes, like I said, I wanted to challenge myself, and I found that the theme I thought I would struggle with more, I ended up struggling with less. So the urban theme seemed most different to me from cottagecore, and I didn't think I would be able to do it, but I feel like I quickly found my groove. I created the majority of that part of the island first, and I loved it. I didn't go back and make too many changes over time. I was very happy with how it looked. On the other hand, the forest is what I really struggled with. I wanted it to look very natural, and in the end, I do love how it turned out. I don't know if it feels 100% natural, but it was harder for me because cottagecore didn't feel natural to me. It felt like very lived in, and I wanted this to be the wilderness you just walk through and enjoy. It hadn't really been like too many people were there. And even though I struggled with it, I definitely found my groove over time, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I stepped outside of my comfort zone and created this island because I do love it. I did want to talk about what I did when I did struggle. I definitely took breaks from this game. This island took me 350 hours to complete, but I did it over an 8 to 9 month period versus my other island, which I spent about 900 hours in, and I think it's about the same timeline month-wise. So I took a lot of breaks playing the game. I looked for real life inspo. That didn't really help me too much. I didn't recreate any areas specifically, but it gave me a little bit of an idea of what I should do. And during that time period, I definitely only worked on areas that I was inspired to create. That way I didn't create anything and go back later and think about how I didn't like it, I didn't enjoy it, and I wanted to tear down and make something else. And also, one thing I love to do when I'm struggling with my islands, I'm doing it with my current island right now, is I love to decorate my house interior. It's a great break. I know not everyone decorates their house, but I suggest you try it. Slowly work on your house over time and take a break from your island. It feels good. It kind of gets you recharged, but you're still playing the game. I did want to remind you that there is no rush with creating your island. It's okay if you don't finish your spring core island until fall, or you don't finish your fall core island until spring. At the end of the day, it's your island, and it matters if you enjoy it. And I'm sure everyone else will love it at the end of the day because it will be something beautiful that you created. I also wanted to talk about the items in the game. I wanted to talk about some of my favorite items and some items that I discovered while going outside of my comfort zone. First of all, some of my all-time favorite items are the garden wagon and the barrel. The barrel is hands down best item for any area at all. And then the garden wagon I just think is so gorgeous and such a nice touch for many areas. And I love to use it. But creating this island, I try to go outside of my comfort zone, like I said, and I focus areas around the bugs, like the ants calling around, the bug models. I use simple panels for basically the first time. I had a small build on my previous island, but that's all. I also use some items like the wind turbines and the wave breakers that I never would have thought to use, and I ended up enjoying trying to figure out where to place them and things like that. But that's most of what I want to say about my island. I did enjoy creating it at the end of the day, and it makes me happy, and I'm glad to have this island and to have had the experience of building it. And if you want to visit yourself, I'll put the dream address on the screen. There is also a map on my Instagram you're more than welcome to check out if you want to have a little bit of a guide for your hike. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy. This is just a little look of what's to come for content on my channel. Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye.